Hey folks! Welcome back to Let's Play LSD! I'm your host TPC Gamer, and in our last episode, we reached day 351. We have 2 weeks to go until the end of the game, and that is really exciting! But I'm also not going to harp on about that, and instead, concentrate on what's going on in the here and now. Or at least as it pertains to the game, rather than me in general, because if I talk about myself, it would just be crushing loneliness, and that's not going to make for a very good time. Also, where is everyone? Because we meant to have a trumpet player at the very least. Weird. Well, I'm almost done remaining still, so we can get a clean rip of the audio if I need to. So, now let's head inside, and yeah, try to summon the astronaut, actually. Because if he's not up on the roof, maybe he'll be down here. I mean, assuming that story about summoning the astronaut at the bar is true. I don't know if it is. Like, I read it on the wiki page, but someone could have just made that up for a laugh. Oh, and I have just noticed this one. In the past, I've mentioned how the walls have text reading daughter, and I've suggested that it is saying daughter over and over and over again. But realistically, it probably doesn't say that, for two reasons. Firstly, it's written in a mixture of hiragana and katakana, which don't interact in the same word when written properly, which the rest of the text in the game seems to be. And most importantly, Japanese already has a word for daughter. It's musume, and what is that over there? I don't know. Let's go find out. And I wonder why the two faces in this texture pack are part of the same texture pack. Like, the cartoony face on the floor looks like it should be in Happy Town, but the skulls are right out of a nightmare, to be honest. Now, do you guys do anything? I guess not. And what happens if you go to the pit? I don't know that either, and I'm not sticking around to find out, because that would probably take the entire rest of the dream. Okay. We're back over here again. And on our own, it looks like. But that's not too much of a stretch, because there aren't many actors that even show up in this map, so here we can be forgiven for going solo. So you know what? I think I'm just going to go this way and take a trip into the organic tunnels, because it's been a while. And I'm just going to leave that sentence hanging out there all awkward-like and go talk about something else. I don't know what exactly. I've had some unhappy times in the real world lately, and it's kind of hard to maintain a consistently funny attitude, you know, but hey, we're here now, so we're going to soldier on. And yeah, those guys aren't going to do anything, so let's go this way. Man, where's the little mosh pit area? Is it this way? No, it's not. Man, once again, I'm amazed at how long I've been playing this game, and I still don't know where anything is. Wait, no, yes I do, it is this way, okay. Yeah, you hear that sound? That is the sound of jumping babies, apparently. And I am going to pick this one today. And you know, I'm so glad that LSD decided that jumping babies was something that needed to be put into sound. You know, I had always wondered until I'd come to that point, and now we know. And now, it is the 90s. Look at this radical area. Now all we need is a copy of Clax, and about 8 trillion tons of attitude. I wonder if there's a version of Clax that plays on the PlayStation. I wouldn't be surprised. They ported it to pretty much every other console due to hilarious exclusivity demands on Nintendo's part. But that's a story for another video. And that video being one of Guru Larry's fact hunts. Which in turn has given me another idea for what I'm going to play after this one. Oh man, the weird logical flips that my brain does sometimes. Also, yeah, we're shrinking. I love it when that happens in conjunction with the blimp showing up, because that never happens. I mean, it does happen, just very rarely, and I'm retreating into hyperbole in order to prove a point. And it's happening a lot, apparently. Does it always take this long for everything to grow? Or for me to shrink, whichever way around it is. Aha! There we go. Now, are you going to do that again? Because I know you can. And you know you want to. I forget which episode it happened in, but there's one episode in this very series where the growing routine ran twice in succession and broke the game. Like, everything vanished. And is the blimp touching down now, or what? Ah, no, there we go. For some reason it looked like it was already turning to land. Game, you are a jerk! Like, the very next thing that happens after the blimp lands is you ending the dream anyway, so why you do this? Ah, whatever, let's keep going. I'm sure the game will find some way to make it up to us. But probably not, though. And that's fine, I guess. You don't have to explain everything outright. It's very often for the best if you don't. I mean, again, going back to my wife and the cure for everything wrong in this world, what the literal hell is going on in Silent Hill 2? I mean, I know that game inside and out, and it's pretty unclear what exactly is happening, because it implies a lot of stuff that isn't said. And are you going to do the thing? I don't think you're going to do the thing. But yes, Silent Hill 2. It lets you infer a lot of things about the plot, because it gives you most of the pieces, but not all of them, and not in the right order. But at least it gives you something, you know? LSD just throws out pretty much nothing and lets you make up your own narrative. And those clouds are dancing! That's a pretty neat look. Let's go do something else. So yeah, all the potential meaning that I've derived from this game have been things that I, myself, have projected into the game. Like, I've taken an assumed conclusion and found evidence to fit. Which is literally the opposite of science. And that's a shame, really, because we've got some pretty good pieces of detective work going on for the idea that this is all just an alien simulation. And I'm almost tempted to do a master cut of me explaining it. Or probably not, because that would require picking through a lot of footage. And all the earlier raw copies of the videos are gone. Like, I had a hard drive failure, and then a laptop explosion. They did a good job of making sure I can't access the original videos. And that bin continues to not particularly want to play, so you know what? I'm going this way. Because I'm a mad, rule-breaking fiend, and I don't give a heck! You can't stop me! So I wonder why that bin only half works now. I mean, I know I've wondered about this before, but like, why does the movement trigger, but the video part doesn't? And is this tree untextured? I don't know. My TV might have a weird colouring issue, but that tree looks like it's flat black, indicating it doesn't have a texture. We're probably going to see what it looks like based on what the video looks like when we get it processed, but somebody let me know by then, because I'll probably have forgotten to check by then. Oh, and hello to you, Mr. Warehouse. I forgot you look like that with this tile set. Man, there's a look of some fear in those eyes. Like, she's looking behind her because someone's coming after her, and probably something dreadful is going to happen. Because this is the violence district. I also forgot that there was an infinite sea of eyes at the docks. I mean, that could be related to something, but I have no idea what. There are a couple of dreams in this game's accompanying book, and they talk about the violence district, but they never talk about being watched. The threat is just waiting, not watching. And that sure was a crime scene. I also like the glitch-looking texture above the doors. I'm a fan of glitch art in general, and there's not enough of it. Or at least not in the style that I like. Like, it tends to focus on bizarre and trippy, like actual LSD-inspired imagery, and I'm not so keen on those. Right, I'm flanked, so let's ignore that and go do something else. And let's run while we do it. I mean, I know that I'm always a little bit worried about running into the Grey Man, especially in this map, but as of late, I've come to realize that, you know, it's actually just fine. Like, worst case, he's just going to remove the flashback option, which I don't need for the rest of the game. Because, hey, we're like 2 weeks away from the end, so we can just do whatever we like. And I'm suddenly reminded of school. Primary school, even. Like, one of the most disappointing things was coming to realise that the school day wasn't actually all that bad about a week before I left. And it's an unfortunate time. Also, I'm hearing what sound like footsteps in the game world, but like, I have no idea what is spawning them. Whoa, okay. Hi? I'm pretty sure the car isn't meant to spawn on that side of the road. Well, the static one, anyway. The moving one is scripted to spawn there and fly off into the water. And I think... Actually, no, hang on. What does this look like? A blurry mess of nothing. Alright, moving on. I think I'm going to go this way and throw myself down the pit. It's been a hard night and Whoa! And CPC Gamer with a serpentine! That's going to be one of the highlights of the night, if not the play of the game. Let's see how that affected the standings. Whoa, would you look at that? That is not entirely the ending that I was expecting, but it certainly is a fantastic outlier. Can we just have a moment of praise for that one bottom right that's entirely off the chart and still hanging in there despite the fact that it should have vanished by now? I mean, no, it shouldn't, because if it should have vanished, then it would have vanished, but you know what I mean. And yeah, I suppose a crazy upper ending would take you to Happy Town the following night. I mean, I know that the starting location is based on where you landed on the dream chart, but yeah, this one actually makes some kind of sense. So well done, game. You go and ruin it with the bugler thing. You were doing so well. Aha! Well, hello, your highnesses. I've come to crash your party. In like 10 minutes, because this game's having a little trouble. And I've only just noticed this, but the inside of the castle is always coloured like this, regardless as to what the outside looks like. So outside you've got this Raijin and Fujin nonsense, but inside we've got uniform blue and white tiles. And that's a subtle Japanese joke. And you know what? I wonder if this is some kind of hangover from testing. If they did any. Because if you're not familiar, a common trick in game development is to make testing rooms. Oh, excuse me, your highnesses. Make testing rooms with uniform checkerboard floors like this, so you can test things like timing and movements. Each block represents a square meter or something, so you know that you can, for example, throw a crate 4 meters away, or it takes you 3 meters to hit your fastest run speed. And there's actually a very similar thing in the cel-shaded Zelda games. There's an unseen character, a giant, wearing horizontally striped pajamas. And he's used as a reference guide for checking how tall each character is in relation to the scenery and one another. And it's a really clever in-engine way of checking everything works how it should do. I think it's a shame that companies are now wise to people exploring their games for hidden content, because if you look at the games over the past few generations, we are finding less and less amazing development things left in. Oh, and on that topic, one of my favourite websites is the Cutting Room Floor, because those guys, myself included, make a habit of picking through games to find all kinds of cool junk that got excised but left on the disc. Like 9 times out of 10, when I go, "Did you know that this game has an item that does such and such, but there's no way to access it?" Then I got that information from the Cutting Room Floor. And that's the secrets of magic revealed. In a weird voice. I'm gonna go back down this pit and see what it does to the chart tonight. Place your bets now! And now remove those bets, because like there's your answer. That's the thing. Yep. So we're gonna have one more dream for today, and then we'll call it a video. So let's get on with that and see if we have any more recurring themes. Mine have been about being in court. Not entirely sure where that one's come from. There we go. Oh, natural world. Do I have a ledge to jump off? No, I don't. Oh, game, you jerk! I had high hopes for another weird result. Still, I see a door in the sky, so let's go play with that, how about? And I wonder if this is the sort of thing that will make the game more static. Like, because it's a static link to a specific map. I don't know. And, as I suspect will soon become my mantra, we're close to the end of the game, so I don't think it particularly matters anymore. Also, I don't think this particular conversation particularly matters anymore, because I forgot that that door in the sky does that, so down we go! Oh, and there you go, a perfect non-entry. Join us next time for some more LSD, and until next time, goodbye!